long was your drive over here?
Not bad, like about 30 minutes.
30 minutes? That's
Yeah.
not too bad. You live pretty close.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Well, we just gonna be in here for about 12 hours, so it's all good.
Come on in. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
This is Genius Insane Studio, so shout out them for having us, actually, you know?
Oh, I love that sign.
Would you like to take a photo?
Sure.
Right here. Boom. 1, 2, 3. We hit one vertical for you guys. 3.
Moses being here, like, yeah, you know, I invested about
200,000.
sold my car to invest in this place. And
Oh yeah, but welcome to the studio, Nat. Seriously, thank you for coming again. You know, I know you're a busy person,
I am.
as we are, but you know, we put in the work to do what we love. So
Yes, it's been a long time coming. My pleasure.
it's crazy because it was a year ago that
Yeah.
we had filmed your cooking show.
Yes.
So it's kind of like a full circle moment of us coming back together a year later, and now you're on the podcast. And we were talking to you about it when we were part of it.
Yes, you were.
And I've
Finally made it in.
been waiting a year for some more of those wings.
Those wings are
Everything
fire.
that you
I
made.
haven't made them
Oh
since
my
then.
Then now I really
No
feel
way.
special.
I'm making some different ones though. Like I'm trying out some different recipes. So.
What?
Try them on us.
The one I'm currently working on is some hot honey wings.
Thank you.
So
That's
yeah, I know.
This guy is obsessed with hot honey pizza.
Connoisseur.
Oh really?
Yeah,
I've never
connoisseur.
had it on pizza, but I've seen that before. So.
Have you, because I know they're brand new or whatever. You heard of Marco's Pizza?
No.
So Marco's, it's one around here too. Yeah, they be throwing the hot honey on there.
Really?
It's-
Okay. What other toppings do you get on it?
It's
though?
just a regular pepperoni pizza, but with the hot honey, it's just
Ah, okay. So you got the salty, the sweet. I don't need pepperoni though.
okay. Well, then just get a cheese pizza.
I will do a boring cheese, but it works for me.
Right.
Just add some hot honey on
Have
it.
You don't like
I don't
pepperoni?
eat pork.
Oh,
I haven't eaten pork in like 20 years.
would you have, like,
She's
chicken?
part of the nation.
Yeah, I'll get chicken.
You get
No,
I'm
I'm
just-
not.
She's a Muslim.
No, you know what? Pork is so greasy.
I hear you,
like,
though.
It's not good for you.
You know what? Every time I eat pork, it makes my
It makes your stomach hurt.
It makes your stomach hurt, and then also the next day I always feel like sluggish.
Yes.
So that's
what
you
I'm
know.
saying.
This
Like,
is
thank
This one's
you.
me right
So
here.
that's you, okay?
Yeah. Now, have you been
Cheers.
to? Oh yeah, of course.
Cheers,
Cheers.
a year in.
To
Continued
success.
collaboration.
Yeah.
Always. Let's take a photo right here, guys.
1, 2, 3. Pop, pop. Let me just do one. The heads.
Do you want a little higher too, like full body?
I was nervous in the pictures.
Nice, dude.
Got you. Sorry for slapping your back right there.
No, harder next time.
Nat, would you like any specific color in your background?
Yeah, this is just for your solo dolo.
We're gonna shoot this CC post.
Probably blue. I like
Blue?
blue. Blue's a nice calming color.
Oh, okay, look at that.
I need a tan right now.
Summertime's coming, son.
I know.
Sun's coming
I,
out.
I just love to lay out, so.
When was the last time you traveled not too long ago, right?
Travel.
I feel like you
I love
travel
to
like,
travel.
every time I see you, you're traveling like every 2 to 3 weeks.
No, I wish. I have a 9 to 5. I can't do that.
Step up to this. And action. Let me get one vertical.
I'm not the.
I kind of don't hate single with lights.
I'm not the most photogenic person.
Not with that attitude. If you want, we're gonna do like a little hero moment. Chaz just
Yeah.
gonna kind of like swoop up to you. This is like your.
Oh.
You're good with.
You can just do like a little or like a hair flip.
Have you
something
seen,
like
have you
this,
seen
right?
the, like the celebrities like at the red carpets when they do like a slow motion type of thing?
Oh yeah, and it's like.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, cool. And then, can we get that hero moment, or do you want to just get right to the show?
I don't want it.
Okay.
Nah, come on, Nat.
No.
No, we helping you. We helping you.
I don't want it.
Let them do it, and then if you don't like it, we won't use it. But let them do it. Yeah, that's how you
It
gotta
can
do
even
it.
just be as simple as you turning around.
I'm not
you
gonna
don't even
get
need
away.
like a big
She's
flip.
trying to.
You got this, Nat. You know what?
You know I don't like
I
being
know
on
you're
camera.
so hard on yourself though. But you're actually when your videos come out and I look at them, I'm like, she looks like she's a professional.
kid,
Like
hey.
No, I feel like you could see my nervousness
No,
on
trust
the
me,
you can't.
camera.
You can't.
the thing with me is I will not lie. Like I'll tell
Oh, this
somebody,
is a lie.
I'll tell somebody straight up like, hey, like you need to do better. But no, your videos are great. Like,
Yeah, let's just get one, and then we don't gotta use
Yeah,
it.
but I,
You want me to do like back to front?
That's good. I like the back.
Yeah.
Let's start right here.
I just took my hair out, so I feel like I have like no hair right now.
I think it looks.
It looks good.
Oh, thank you. Okay, you guys ready?
And 3, 2, 1, action. All right.
Sorry, you guys.
Why?
And I'll bring you a
You
drink.
do
too.
it, you're not doing it.
All
Yeah,
right.
you guys can go ahead and take a
Okay,
seat.
cool. Nah, thank you though, for real. Cool.
What did you say thank you? Oh, you're welcome. What are you thanking me for?
For not being, for doing it. doing, taking direction, you know. I'm telling you, it's all gonna come out looking super happy.
But we can,
No,
we
I
can
trust
start
you
down
guys.
to have
It's
the
just
lights
in the
come
moment
up.
for me.
Yeah.
It's like,
I know. And he was gonna let you walk off.
No.
oh my God.
A lot of people when they come on, they think like, oh my god, I like the way I look, and then they see the full episode and everything. They're like, wow, can I come on again? I'm like, yeah, absolutely. All right, guys, welcome to another episode of Boss Talk Podcast. First and foremost, I want to shout out Genius Insane for hosting us, for handling all the production. Thank you, guys. For those of you that don't know yet, this is our new home. So we're going to be here from now on. And we got a special guest today. We got Natalie here. Thank you,
Hi.
Natalie, for coming
Thank
on.
you for having me.
No, for
Yes.
sure. Appreciate you coming on.
Of
Why don't you
course.
give the audience a little bit about yourself?
Okay, so I'm a therapist. I provide mental health services to incarcerated people who are in need of additional support while they're serving their term. I also have a telehealth private practice where I provide individual therapy to people who are seeking mental health services through their insurance.
Mm.
So that's my professional realm.
Okay, what about your passion round two, girl? Come on now.
My
First
passion
of all,
is food.
there it is.
That's all of our
Yeah.
passions. But you
Yeah.
make the food.
You-
so let's-
Yes, I love
Just-
to cook. Absolutely love it. It's my therapy. It's my
Mhm.
creative outlet that I love to indulge in.
Yeah, that's good.
Mhm.
That's the way I like to think about it too. And also for
Yeah.
those that don't know, she is an insanely good cook. Like we did a
Thank you.
cooking show for you about a year ago.
Yeah,
So it's kind of a full circle moment for us to come back and now you're part of the podcast.
for sure. Yeah, we talked about collaborating back then, but yeah, the year went by quickly.
Mhm.
So
As
nice to see you guys here doing your thing. I'm happy to be
Mhm.
here.
You
appreciate
didn't bring
it.
us no
Yeah.
food this time, but we'll let
I
that slide
didn't.
this
Yeah.
time. This time around, we'll let that slide.
I thought about it too. I was like, okay, if I have time, I'm gonna like whip up a little rum cake or something. That's what I was gonna try to do, but
Ooh.
I just ran out of time. So I'm
It's all-
sorry.
and
Next
this is,
time.
This is the, yeah, this is only this is round one. So we'll
Yeah.
have a couple rounds and you
Yes.
can bring something. We'll show
Hey.
it to the camera and
I
we'll let them know
will.
what they're missing out on because they have no idea.
Yeah,
Right.
for real.
I know because when I was cooking the last time, you guys like left
we-
no leftovers.
No, we were licking the plate and all.
Yeah,
There is
yeah,
nothing
yeah.
left.
That was fun. You
Why
guys
don't
really
you
enjoyed it.
tell the audience where they can find you?
So I'm on Instagram at the Real Pretty Plate, and I also have a YouTube channel, which is what these guys helped me film last year. I have a couple of
Hey.
videos up there as well. But I'm on Instagram primarily, so follow me on there, the Real Pretty Plate.
Follow her. You will not regret it. She cooks amazing, I'm telling you guys.
Thank
But
you.
it's time for the first segment of the episode. Yvonne, you want to go ahead and let us know what it is?
So every episode we start off with a boss talk, and this is to help people who are entrepreneurs or people who are taking life by the horns, the bull by the horn, however they say it,
Mhm.
whatever that saying is.
Mhm.
And we just give good advice for people who are either going to start that journey, and for people who've been on that journey and like, yeah, that's true, that's accurate.
Mhm.
Today's topic is what did I say the topic was? I said something about some
You got it.
no, I don't remember. Don't forget what you're gonna say because how
Stay
can
focused.
you, how
Shout out
can you be
Brian.
on something? And it's funny because I just told them the topic.
Mhm.
It's don't show and tell.
Don't show and tell.
See,
See,
Nat
Period.
knows.
that was
Mm.
that was all the segue into I can't show you and I
Uh-huh.
cannot tell you.
Okay.
Don't show
okay.
and tell. So what I mean by that is everybody is trying to do something, right? Accomplish a certain goal, but do not get caught up in like I gotta show everybody, I gotta tell
Mm.
everybody.
Mhm.
Be more into the actual passion of doing what it is that you're talking about. If you want to get a Benz, you don't got to show us all you got a Benz. Just go get the Benz. And if nobody ever sees a picture of the Benz, you still got a Benz.
Still got
You
it.
know,
Yeah.
a lot of people are doing things and they don't realize that they're just trying to mask an insecurity or get approval from outside factors. You don't need nobody else's approval. You know, it's almost like having an intimate moment with a woman, or if you're a woman, an intimate moment with the man, whatever.
With the
Everybody don't need to
person.
see that.
Yeah.
Right.
The moment's still epic. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So
Mhm.
have something for yourself.
Yeah.
I completely agree with that. I think this is a great topic.
I know it is because I
Because-
It's an
came up with
excellent
it.
topic.
Because a lot of people, right, they literally talk so much about what they're gonna do.
Mhm.
And a lot of times they don't even fall forward with it.
Yeah.
But for the people that do actually make it, it's like, make it for yourself. This doesn't have to be for anybody else. And that's a big
Yeah.
problem today in social media. Is like people are trying to do things just to show it.
Hmm.
instead of doing it for yourself, because that comes with peace, right?
Absolutely. These are actually things that I talk about in therapy sessions with
Is it?
people, right?
This is therapy here.
It
Yeah.
is. Yeah, it is. It's therapeutic to
This is
just talk about life, right? I remind people to tap into their intention of like, why are you showing it, right? Asking yourself, like, what do you have to prove, right? And as you mentioned, like, are you doing it because you're insecure about something? So to really slow down, I think that's like the first part about being intentional is just slowing down and tapping into your own thought, right? And giving yourself clarity. I think social media and just the nature of how society is right now, there's a lot of distractions. And so people get caught up with the show and tell of like everything that's online, where it's like post a video, post a picture. They don't even know why they're doing it.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Right. So there's some things that I think should be kept sacred, right? It's not for everybody to see. For example, like people are constantly posting their relationship status and things like that. It's like privacy is a beautiful thing. It's sacred. It's something that you don't want everybody to know about. And people aren't may not necessarily understand why you're posting something or what is the intention behind it. So they may misinterpret what you're posting.
Mhm.
Right.
So you want to be thoughtful and intentional and slow down when you are thinking of doing something that you might be questioning, right? Listen to that inner voice that you have that might tell you, like, hey, maybe not yet, slow down. It may not be a good idea to put it out there quite yet.
Exactly. And I'm gonna go with two parts with this, right? A lot of people, especially in this social media world that we live in, unfortunately, people are constantly all about like, oh my God, this is the moment. I gotta post this. I gotta make a story about this.
Hmm.
I gotta take a video of this. You see it at every concert that people's at.
Yeah.
All you see is phones up.
You see a sea of phones, right?
Nobody's living in the moment anymore.
Yeah.
And that's such a sad thing. Like for me, there's times where it's like, okay, I do content, right? There's
Hmm.
times where, okay, I'm gonna make my content and that's it. Like, boom, let me put
Hmm.
this away and actually sit in the moment, enjoy it.
Exactly.
So that way, it's gonna hit you different.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
second,
Being intentional, right? Like
right,
knowing like I want to stay present and enjoy this moment. I'll get some footage of it, but that doesn't need to drive the whole activity.
The
Because
whole
exactly.
then you may
thing.
leave and you be like, oh, look I got these pictures and these videos, and we got 20,000 videos and pictures on our phone. But what did we just
Yeah.
do?
Did
Did
you
we really
really
tap
enjoy the
into
moment?
right?
You paid thousands of dollars or whatever
Yeah.
it is that you're paying to get there to just film content.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna pay something to be
Mm-hmm.
there to enjoy the moment.
Yeah.
And
It's honestly it's even more than that too. It comes down to just okay. So I recall when I got my first Audi. Right. This is 2015. Right. So that was my dream car at the time, and I got the Audi, and I'm feeling on top of the world, and I'm a kid at the time too. So I'm like, the steering wheel photo, hands on it and everything.
Yeah.
And I don't regret it. I was a kid at the time, but like to nowadays, I don't care what if I get a Ferrari, nobody's gonna see a picture of that Ferrari
Mm-hmm.
whatsoever. You
Mm-hmm.
might just have to catch me in traffic and be like, dang, he got a Ferrari? Yeah, you
Yeah.
didn't know, right?
Mhm.
Because it's for me. And you gotta learn how to enjoy stuff for real. You don't
Mm-hmm.
fake to other people that you're enjoying it, because if you needed to take a photo of whatever accomplishment, you ain't really enjoying it. You're waiting for, again, validation
Exactly.
from
Right.
other people.
Right.
That's something that will hold you back from being successful, because I think it was Jim Carrey who was talking about if you can't be like homeless for like a year or something
He
like that
said
to,
he
to reach
said
your goals, or
he basically said if you cannot downgrade your
oh
life
yeah,
in
downgrade.
order to
Mm.
be successful, then why do it?
No, you
And
don't really want
Mhm.
it.
yeah,
You're not really
You don't
wanting it.
want it bad
exactly.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't want it bad enough because you're so worried about how you're seen at every instance.
Right.
For me, you got to know that in life, people are going to talk. You will have ignorant people forever. You
Mhm.
cannot let an ignorant person guide your journey. Like, oh man, I got to pop out like this because that ignorant person is going to say something about me.
Right.
Because what you start to notice is out of everybody that's in your life, you have some real supportive people
Mhm.
who are like, hey, we don't care if you're driving around this car, that car, we believe in you.
Mhm.
Do what you do for yourself first,
Mhm.
and then secondary for those people. Make those people proud, not the people who you got
Who
to earn their
oh,
support
yeah, and
with
then you're just showing these people on social media that you have no relationship with them whatsoever. You don't have
whatsoever.
a friendship with them. They're not your
Right.
family. They don't even know you personally, but you're out here trying to impress them.
Yeah.
Impress them for what? You don't need, like you said, you don't need their validation.
And I think everything has become just so performative and people are perpetrating and like it's setting this tone for other people to try to keep up with something that you don't even know if it's real, you know? Like people are I mean, I read all the time about like people committing fraud and like getting locked up over ways that they're getting money. And it's like, okay, is that what you're striving to be like? You know, focus on what your true goals are and what's true for you and
Mhm.
what's important. And I promise you, if you sit with that thought long enough, it's not gonna, it shouldn't be impressing other people. Fuck what other people think. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you know the work that you're putting in. And sometimes the rewards are not necessarily monetary or materialistic. You know, sometimes it's having peace or it's having your health or spending time with your loved ones. Like you don't need to post those moments.
Exactly.
You can put little bits and pieces, but at some point it's like, who are you doing it for? You
Mhm.
know, because you could be posting all day and it could be a lifestyle that you may not really be living. And then at the end of the day, when the phone is off, are you really happy? Who are you?
It
You
it
know?
doesn't tell the whole truth. So in my phone, I got thousands of photos and videos of my wife, my kids, time we spent
Hmm.
together, that never get posted. Nobody will ever see that.
Yeah.
But it's always good for me to go back. But I know the full context of what was going on that day.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's no like buffoonery with it. I'm not pretending like me and my wife have a perfect marriage and you guys should be jealous of us when
Right.
I know what's really going on behind the scenes. I'm not
Mhm.
pretending none of these things. Um, but I think something I was driving over here today and I was thinking about the legend of a person. Before social media, before these cameras and whatnot,
Mm.
we probably all knew somebody from our neighborhood or whatever. We seen him pull up in this car. We seen him do
Hmm.
this, right? He
You just
didn't
had to be there.
yeah, you had to
Yeah,
be there,
exactly.
and that's
Yeah.
it. There was no like he's doing like nowadays. Everybody's like, "Hey, hold my camera for me, and I'm gonna drive around this corner and show me pulling up,
Yeah, yeah, like,
so I could create the legend of myself."
That's so
right,
crazy.
right.
That's what's going on, and I love being exposed and vulnerable because I
Hmm.
feel like we're living in a day and age where everybody's trying to protect. I'm not trying to protect nothing. I'm a real human being,
Mhm.
and
Hmm.
if you catch me tripping and falling, then I tripped and fell.
Yeah,
So
like
what?
it's just all about staying true and real to yourself,
Yeah,
right?
for
It's
sure.
like man, like this is why me and him are on this podcast. This is why you're on this podcast. None of us fake the funk,
Hmm.
right? What you see is what you get.
Right.
I do want to take it back because you brought up an interesting thing, and it's funny because I
Hmm.
actually wanted to talk about this
Hmm.
privacy in a relationship about social media.
Okay.
Okay, so me myself, I've been in a relationship, and I always love to keep my relationships private,
Hmm.
right? I don't feel a need to be over posting about it, this and that.
Hmm.
But there are, your other person, whether it's a man or a woman, either one, a lot of times, and I see this with other people, where they get jealous or they get upset because they're not blowing them up all over social media.
Right.
And for me, it's like that's a special thing. Like social media is social media. Social media is fake, first of all.
Hmm.
It's a thing, like we could post real stuff, but social media is just for everybody else. You're for me.
Hmm.
Why do you need to feel the need that I have to blow you up on social media?
Hmm.
And then you could have the opposite side of it and be like, oh, you're trying to hide me. But no, I'm not trying to hide you. It's just this is special to me and I need that for us.
I think it's important to have conversations about like the social media, like agreement, so to speak, in a relationship. But when it gets to like you're trying to hide me, these kinds of things, I think that is like a real true showcase of insecurity.
Right.
And we can't fix somebody else's insecurity. Like if you're truly insecure, that's something that you have to work on, whether you're in a
Mhm.
relationship or not. So once it gets to like that point of like that's really a thing, like you need to show me, that's different than you not trusting your partner and your partner is doing something that, could be like a sign of infidelity, right?
Mhm.
So trust is one conversation, but posting somebody on social media, like at the end of the day, who cares,
Right.
right? You're coming home to that person every night. There shouldn't be a question like social media shouldn't matter. So if they're making such an issue about it, if you're being appropriate, then it's like, you know what? That's your issue that you got to deal with, right? Because even if you post them all the time, then it's going to be another issue that they're going to bring up, right? So those kinds of conversations I would recommend for people to not even entertain because if your partner is so like adamant about you posting them,
Mhm.
I don't know, I think there's something deeper going on with them,
For sure.
right?
It's definitely conversations that you got to have before you even get into a relationship,
Yeah.
right? Especially in today's age.
Yeah, expectations
I,
for
I
sure.
I think that for me, when I look at it, we are in a day and age where like us in particular, we will be forever the experts of social media. And the generations that follow after, they don't know what they're getting into because they weren't
Mhm.
here before it. We saw what life
Right.
was like before it,
Right.
and we see what it is like now. And also, exposing myself from being a cheater myself to being a faithful person myself. I
Mhm.
know the intentions and I know what people are thinking, why they do what they do. And so nowadays, social media is just this is the reason why I don't post a lot. If you follow me on Instagram, which none of you do because it's a private Instagram,
Yep.
but if you were to follow me on Instagram, you're getting like one photo update every year or 2 years, if that. And I don't
Mhm.
even know what makes me even add another one, but people really present themselves, and I can read people by their post, by what they're posting. I know exactly where you are in life. I know
Mhm.
exactly what you're
Yeah.
looking for and how you're trying to do it. I think that people don't realize just how obvious we are on social media.
Yeah.
Like, bro, we know that you're still trying to impress your ex with all them posters that you're putting up.
Man.
Or like we know that you really want everybody to think you got money and we know you don't got it because we see the way that you're posting.
Right.
Right.
And so for me, like, I just feel like it's a thing. Like I agree with you guys, but I also feel like it's a thing where I'll use women for example. There are some women who will post on social media and they're posting supermodel photos everywhere. Not even talking about half naked, just everywhere, everything. And then all of a sudden they go on a trip with a dude, and the dude,
He's
the
nowhere in
dude,
the pictures.
he's not.
No,
Yeah,
he's the
no,
one
no.
taking the photos.
Wait, did you see? Did you
But
see the
not
one where
show and
she?
tell, right? Privacy,
No, no, no. I
Exactly.
understand.
right?
But did you see? Let me ask you this: did you see the picture where the female cropped the dude's head off of his
Oh
body?
yeah, they'll do.
No.
Women will put like emojis on their head. You
That
know.
I see the
It's a
emoji
wrap for
thing.
me
Yeah.
at that point. If my
Yeah.
head gets cropped out,
Like,
I'm cropped out of your
but
life.
but these guys are still suckers because they'll still be
That's
there
true.
at
But
the
it
end of the
depends
day.
because you don't know the status of their relationship. And again, that's privacy, right?
Right.
If somebody wants to post, at least like if someone is interested in that woman, right? She'll see like, oh, she's seeing someone, right? She's not posting as if she's single. She's
Mhm.
actually dealing with someone. So at least she's being honest in
To
that
a
regard.
man, if I were a single man
Yeah.
Mhm.
and I saw a woman that I thought was attractive post a picture with another dude whose head is cropped off, she's on the market.
Yeah.
She's on the
Oh,
Really?
for
market
sure.
a
Okay.
No,
thousand
for sure.
That's
percent.
That's a
interesting.
given.
And you know
Okay.
what? The girl who does that, she knew that that's the signal that was coming out too.
Okay.
She's doing it for a reason. She wants other guys to hit her
To be
up
like,
in that
hey, don't
post.
stop
Like,
trying to get at me. Don't stop with
So,
the compliments
Yeah.
so
yet.
she's welcoming the competition.
Yes.
definitely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
But
Okay.
men
That's
do
an
this too.
interesting perspective.
Men do this too. We do it in our own ways. But see, that's where it becomes down to individuality.
I'm
thing,
not
right?
even gonna lie. I have done something like that where, dude, honestly, if I wanted like a reaction from a woman, right? I've done it where I'm out with my boy and we're having a gay date. We're having a bro date. But I won't post him, but I'll post two
Two
dinner,
drinks.
yeah, like 2 drinks
You're
or
like,
something.
I'm gonna make it
And
mysterious,
then-
but you see there's somebody
yeah,
here.
yeah,
with
you know, and
Okay.
then they reach out and I'm like, cool, I got what I wanted.
Yeah.
And that's it.
But that's a thing.
You're gonna use that? That's
But
a good one,
social
Use it,
right?
media it's full
Use
of
it, bro.
facades and games.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like you can't get too caught up in what people think or like trying to like showcase anything because at the end of the day, like everybody's kind of playing games on there, you
Mhm.
know?
And that's another sad thing too. Like, because trust me, like I've been straightforward with women.
Yeah.
And I've been like, look, this is what I'm about. I'm not about no like messing around. Like if I'm about you, I'm about you. You know, and I'll let them know too. Like I'm a busy guy. Like, you know, I got my day job. I'm doing filming, I'm doing podcasting, I'm doing a lot. Right.
Mhm.
What you see is what you get. What I tell you, I don't want to play no games.
Mhm.
But yet they still try to play games.
Mm.
But I
It's
feel
the
like
day
it could
and
go.
age
It go
where-
for. It's not just like a man against a woman thing. It could go for both ways. Because there are women that are serious and will tell a man straight up too.
Yeah.
And I've heard this and I've seen it, you know, firsthand where
I-
friends and stuff.
I think we need to do a better job of vetting our partners. I don't think we're taught how to
100%.
do
Right.
that, you know, when we're children or when we're
Mhm.
young people, like how to date, how to vet your partner, right? And also making sure that we're in a good place, you know, emotionally, you know, when it comes time to like want to settle down and things like that. We don't seek wise counsel. We're not around people in relationships necessarily.
Thank you.
You know, we're getting
Mm.
advice
Say
from the
that.
wrong
That's why I had to
places.
start kicking it with this guy because
Yeah,
he's
right. If you wanna be married, hang around
I
married
was like,
people,
hey,
right?
hey, he does put me on game
I'm
too.
gonna tell you
Yeah.
right now, this is the worst thing that I have ever heard. Where if anybody tries to give somebody advice and you're divorced or you're not in a successful marriage, it's like let me just stop you right there. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you don't go to a homeless man outside and be like, "How do I get $1 million?" You go
Right.
to a millionaire and
Right,
ask him how to
right.
get $1 million,
This
right?
is true.
And that's not to say that everybody's opinions and whatnot are not valid, because they are valid. Nobody's better, nobody's above. But I'm just saying that we really, because married people make this mistake too, where you might be in a great marriage or might be in a great relationship, but now you're listening to somebody who's maybe bitter because
Mm-hmm.
something didn't work out for them,
Yeah.
and they're hating, like, didn't work for me, so I can't see it work for you,
Right.
Mhm.
and giving you terrible advice, and now you self-sabotage and you lost something
Yeah,
for the key.
that's actually like why I encourage people to get therapy, right?
Hmm.
Which, in our communities, unfortunately, it's like, there's a stigma to it, right? Like, oh, I'm not crazy, I don't need therapy. But I think it's a great place to get an unbiased opinion and feedback because if we see a pattern that keeps presenting itself in our life, like, oh, my relationships don't work out, or, I keep having this kind of issue with partnerships, it's not that you're in the wrong, but it's understanding some things about yourself a little bit, on a deeper level, and also like what kind of partners are you choosing?
Yes.
Right? So
Mhm.
there may be some work that we individually need to do and we were never taught how to do it. Right? So I think that that's one component of the support that you can get if you really want to be in a relationship and you're not quite understanding why things haven't worked out.
And that's an excellent point, because one of the things that I try and tell people all the time, people, like, I'll have men come to me and be like, "Oh, she this, and this." And I'm looking at them like, "Well, are you this, and this?"
Right.
And this is a problem we have as human beings, where we're always looking outward but never looking inward.
Right.
Right.
And
Mhm.
a lot of the times you got to shut off the outward, because if the person that you're interested in or you're dealing with is not right, that still does not just justify you not being right.
Right.
Mhm.
You can't even be feeling sorry for yourself if you get done wrong, because you were a grimy person yourself. Get
Mhm.
yourself right and then feel sorry for yourself if something else is good. Now you can feel, if you want to feel sorry for
Right.
yourself, because I don't see a reason for that. But if you want to, you could be like, I did everything right. I checked
Right.
myself, I looked in the mirror. But we don't want to do that. And I know that because, just sharing something personal with you guys, the way that I live my life, when I decided that I wanted to go down the correct path, there was a day where I looked in the mirror and I cried, for the simple fact that I was like, this dude is a monster. And I
Mm.
never saw it. I thought this person was a saint. I said nothing but positive things about him. But then I really had to think back at the impact that I'm having on the people's lives that I love.
Mhm.
And it's like, you're kidding yourself.
Yeah.
So I had to make a change in the way that I was living. And I feel like when I made the change in me, I don't even care what other people are doing at that point.
It's a transformation, and first of all, I wanna commend you for doing that because it's not for the weak,
Mhm.
to
It
be able
ain't.
to look yourself in the mirror and admit, your wrongdoings and be accountable for who
Mhm.
you are. Flaws and all, we're all human. We all have those things, right? But in order to be able to sit with that and not fall apart. And sometimes we do halfway fall apart. Like, and that's
Mhm.
good. We hit our rock bottom to be able to say, okay, I gotta burn down what wasn't working and I gotta build up and start from scratch to build myself up in a different place. So that's great. And it's a lifelong journey. And for people
Mhm.
who have taken that path, know that there's no end point, right? Because we're
Right.
None.
constantly changing, life is changing,
Constantly
society is
working on
changing.
yourself, right?
Right. So that's like that takes a lot of courage,
Mhm.
and ties into what we were just talking about with all the distractions, right? A lot of times people don't want to take a look at themselves and they'll instead distract themselves with you name it, right?
Mhm.
Alcohol, drugs, sex, shopping, spending
Whatever it
money,
is,
yeah,
yep.
work, whatever. And then it's like, okay, well, if you take those things away, then who are you? What
Right.
who do we have? Do you like and do you love and are you happy with the person you are, right? So we
Exactly.
have to all do that work because in order for us to find a solid partnership, we have to first ourselves be a solid partner, right? And we
You
can't just like expect somebody to show up and fix all these things. It's like, no, you got to be solid for that individual and that will help them, it will be a good connection, a
what
healthy connection in
what it
that way.
is that, like, you have to, before you move on to another relationship or before you even get into a relationship, you have to be at peace with yourself, right?
Absolutely.
And that's the problem in this day and age that I see, especially like like people my age and stuff. It's like they're jumping from a relationship to relationship because you're trying to fill a void that is
Yeah.
not going to be filled because you're not happy with yourself.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
need to be able to go out, be independent, go out, watch a movie by yourself.
Enjoy your own
Enjoy
company.
your
It's
own company,
golden.
right? Like be
Yes.
like you need this to be straight and this to be
Yeah,
straight
for sure.
before you get with somebody, because if that's not straight, then that relationship will not work out.
It's not going to work. And I have really learned how to do that and be that. And that's one thing I love about the line of work that I'm in, because it's constantly helping me grow. It's challenging me to grow and hold myself accountable,
Mhm.
because I hear myself in therapy telling people, you need to do this, you need to do this, right? Be accountable, take care of yourself, like communicate effectively, do all these things. And I have to do that too. And so one thing that I like to share with my clients is enjoying your own company, right? And people trip out when I tell them, like, no, I take trips by myself. I go to concerts by myself.
Yeah.
I'm not waiting for anybody to be available or have the money or whatever. And people may not be available. And I don't judge, but I'm just like, for example, I'm going to a jazz festival by myself in a couple weeks. Like
That's a
something
beautiful
I'm
thing.
looking forward to. Yeah,
Right.
like I like music. Of course, I'm going to eat and
Mhm.
drink there. But it's something that I wanted to do. And I'm like, if somebody joins me, that's great. That's a cherry on top. But I'm actually going to go alone, and I'm okay with that.
And you know what's a trip, Nat? Is I've been out with women before and they find it weird the fact that I do that. And I take
Mm,
that as like, okay, that means you're not comfortable with yourself because you don't even know how to
period.
do that yet.
Yeah.
You know what the hardest
Yeah.
battle is? This
What?
12 inches right here between your heart and your mind,
It's
because
so true.
your heart wants what the heart wants, but the mind needs to overcome it and be like, this is not right for me.
Right.
I need to get this, what's misleading me and my character,
Mm-hmm.
away.
Yeah.
And
I
that's going to help you grow. You get me?
So true.
I have a book recommendation, and I see we got 2 books here.
Oh yeah,
And so
this is a perfect segue. I'm gonna get into
Yeah,
those.
yeah,
Right.
But
no, this
yes,
is
let's hear your
perfect.
book recommendation.
there's a book. So I am a proud Christian, for everybody who somehow doesn't know this. I
Mhm.
love the Lord. It's gotten me far in life. So, anyways, when I give this book recommendation, this is not a Christian book, and this kind of will lead you away from the theology. But I still recommend it because there's knowledge everywhere. So, for anybody who is a believer and reads this book, you know where to drop off at. But either way, check the book out. The book is called The Three Magic Words, and it was something that I looked into. It was on Nipsey Hussle's
Book
books,
list.
yeah, book list,
Okay.
Mm.
right? And so I
Yeah.
checked it out. And basically, the concept of it is the consciousness and the subconsciousness. And it talks about how the consciousness is loud. So the consciousness is literally, you see a pie sitting on the table and you're on a diet. The consciousness is like, eat it. It's going to be sweet. It's going to
Mhm.
taste good and everything. Subconscious is real quiet, like, you don't need that.
Mm-hmm.
And what we do is we listen to the louder voice at all times. The subconscious is always telling us the correct thing. Always. The voice that's quieter is the one that's going to get you the results that you actually want in your life.
That's
Yep.
one that you need to listen to.
Absolutely.
That's the one you need to listen to. And so what that comes down to is it can be related in another way. And I thought about this when you said the 12 inches between
Heart
the
and
mind.
mind, yeah.
Yeah. Is get rid of the heart. Let it go. Use this up here.
Mhm.
We
Yep.
do not
Yeah.
use this enough. Because if you
Mhm.
think about the situations you put yourself in, you will always end up in a better place.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That loud voice is your ego.
It
Yes.
The soft
is.
voice, the quiet voice, the one you need to shut up and listen to is your
Mhm.
soul.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's your spirit talking to you. It's your higher power. It's your source. It's all of those things. And that's what's going to always lead you down a path of righteousness and truth. But again, we live in a society, we live in a day and age
You
where there's a lot of things that can take you from listening to your own voice.
well, check this out. Here's another thing that was in that same book. They did an experiment. They spoke about this experiment where they took a person who, I think it was like Chinese. They didn't know any Chinese or Cantonese, Mandarin, whatever the language was. They didn't know it at all. They hypnotized this person, and then they told them to speak in that language, and they start speaking fluently.
Oh my.
So what I gathered from that is that, as you just like you just said right now, the subconscious is actually the spirit that connects us all. It's
Mm-hmm.
the all-knowing spirit. I would call it the Holy Spirit, right? So
Mm-hmm.
my point being is that the Holy Spirit is always talking to you. It's always trying to direct you in the right
Absolutely.
direction, and we ain't listening. We always listening to this loud, as you said, the ego or
Mm-hmm.
pride or whatever the spirit that's not good for you. We listening to that.
Right.
So yeah, I wanted to bring that up, but I also want to talk about. I want to know why you brought these books here
Oh
Yeah.
my
for us.
gosh, these books. So I recommend these in therapy. So you guys are getting like some free game right here.
Okay. We
Because
love that.
I
We love
I
that.
actually recommend these to my private practice clients. I also
Mhm.
recommend them to my clients I work with who are incarcerated. It really helps people understand how to take care of themselves better,
Mhm.
right? Relatable for both men and women. They're by the same author. Her name is Melody Beatty. The main text is Codependent No More, and the subtitle is How to Stop Controlling Others and Start Caring for Yourself. This smaller one, I always recommend them to come together. This one is called The Language of Letting Go, and it's daily meditations on codependency. So I bring this up because many of us have a codependent relationship somewhere in our life. It could be between a parent and a child, it could be between partners, it could be even in a friendship. And you have an enabler, and then you have somebody who's like a bloodsucker. Like they need the energy, they need the attention, they're super, super needy, right? And what I have really focused on in my private practice and with just people in general and doing mental health is that number one, people don't know how to assertively communicate. They don't know how to practice healthy, solid boundaries that protect their peace, and that a lot of us are people pleasers,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
and we have learned how to be that way by the way that we were raised,
Right.
and we don't realize it. So everybody who comes into therapy, I get a snapshot of where they're at, but I also work my way backward. I go, okay, tell me about your childhood, right? Because everything that you're complaining about now, where you're struggling, there was something that happened, or there was a series of events that occurred that led you down this path. So let's work our way backward, and I always recommend these books because I say you're in therapy, or even if you're not, this will enhance your experience in trying to understand yourself a lot better. So it's kind of like structured like a 12-step model,
Mm-hmm.
because when we think of codependency, aka toxic relationships, there's a very like addictive quality to them, right? Where it's like it's toxic, it's bad, but you keep getting drawn into it, right? So this really helps you understand again your part in how you're the part that you're playing and being a part of that dynamic, right? Are you an enabler, or are you like the addict, the person who's like trying to control and like super needy, right? There's a list. There's like several pages of character traits or personality traits or just behaviors that we engage in that lead us down that path. And for many of us, especially if we've suffered from trauma or just adversity in our childhoods, we engage in these kinds of behaviors as children as survival tactics, not realizing that later on in life they're going to damage us, right?
Right.
They're going to like be that lens in which we see ourselves and other people and how we deal with the world. And that's just how we've learned how to be. And nobody tells us, like, it's okay. You don't have to be that, right? Start listening to that inner voice,
Mm-hmm.
right? Stop doing things as a defense mechanism or as a trauma response. Or I think you mentioned this, like being emotionally reactive, right? Like having emotions, like instead of thinking with your head,
Right.
you're allowing your emotions to dictate your behavior.
Yeah.
That never leads us in a good place, right? So really understanding how to take care of yourself in the moments where you feel triggered by something,
Right.
or you want to have an emotional reaction and you feel like you can't control it, but in fact you can, right? And so learning and understanding how to ground yourself, how to communicate effectively, and also using the word no.
Yes.
Using the word no, it's not a bad word. It's
Yes.
actually, I love telling people no.
It's the
And
best word
yeah.
there
And when
is.
you do
Like,
it enough times, people stop asking you
mhm.
stupid shit.
Yeah.
They know, they're like, oh, she's not going for that.
Mhm.
Right. And using the word no
I just want
is
to
going to
let the
help you
world know
protect your
Nat tried to
peace.
tell us no 3 times, and I
Yeah,
said
yeah,
it's not
yeah,
You
yeah.
happening.
see?
So that
She
means
tried
like
to say no
we're
to
gonna
the
be
photo
able to
shoot.
post
We were
that
like
video over
negative.
here.
You're doing this
See,
She
you're
said no to
trying.
all the photos. She
because
said
I'm
no to
different.
the.
I bet you halfway,
Yes.
You
But the
did.
thing about saying no or having boundaries and being able to communicate effectively, you get to decide what you're going to give someone. They don't
Yeah.
get to tell you,
Mhm.
right? Just because you can do it doesn't mean that you should do it, right? And
Right.
being okay with disappointing people sometimes.
I think.
I'm
Go ahead.
sorry,
Go ahead.
bro.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I just love this topic so much, right?
Yeah.
Especially the topic of boundaries. I'm very, very big on boundaries. I
Mhm.
don't care who you are to me. You could be my parents. I've said no to my parents. I've said no to my brothers, my cousins, and everything like that.
Mhm.
We deal with family trauma all the time. Family trauma is the most hardest thing there is to go through because it goes again the 12 inches between your heart and your mind. You want to say
Yeah.
no to them, but also you don't want to disappoint. But at the same time, it's not best for you
Mhm.
to be a part of this type of company, you know?
Mhm.
And I've definitely been in situations with my whole entire family where I want to go out of the love. out of the love of my
Mhm.
heart, like, man, I can't disappoint them. Like, that's my family. Like, that's my blood. I need to be here for them.
Mhm.
But at the same time, there's just so much trauma there where
Mhm.
I know it's gonna, let's keep it, it's gonna fuck me up.
Right.
And I'm not gonna be able to sleep that night. It's a bad situation's gonna come out of it.
Mhm.
And you have to be able to be like, you know what? Like, what I do now, honestly, is I go up if I have like a family thing, I go and I'll show face, give my, 2 cents in,
Yep.
and let me bounce out.
I love that.
And you guys could say what you want about me. You guys could be like, "Oh, how come you're not here
He
having a
thinks
great
he's too
time?"
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's not that. It's not the fact
Yeah.
So
that I
he
think I
Hollywood
Yeah,
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
trust me.
You're
Yeah, yeah,
successful,
yeah.
but no, they look at it as being Hollywood or being too good.
You feel me? And I'm just like, no, it's not that. It's just I don't want to have to deal with something that's gonna ruin my peace.
There you
So let me
go.
go ahead and bounce out of this. At least I gave my respects. At least I showed up. At
Yeah.
least I said hi. Hey, I enjoyed a little bit of time with you before anything comes out, before like, alcohol's involved,
Mhm.
past situations come
Mhm.
out, past aggressions.
Yeah.
Nah, I gotta step out.
But let me tell you how beautiful that is. You recognize the unhealthy patterns, right, that
Mhm,
exist within your family, and you decided how much you wanted to give. You
mhm,
gave it a lot of thought. You slowed down, you had clarity, you listened to your inner voice. You're like, okay, how can I find a happy medium, right? I don't want to completely just not be present, but I also don't want to expose myself to something that I know is going to be upsetting for me,
mhm.
right? So you got to decide how you showed up.
Right.
That's exactly what I'm talking
You know
about.
what I mean? And
But
it's
that's
like, and
because you know how to tap into that inner voice.
exactly, and it's like honestly, like it's a learning lesson type of thing. Like, don't get me, I love my family to
Of course.
forever, like my family, that's my heart, my soul. But
They're gonna watch
yeah, they're gonna watch this.
And be like, who are
Yeah,
you talking about?
yeah,
I
yeah.
promise.
Talk as much shit as you want. No. I love my family, and there's friends that I love too, but those are friends that I know, hey, I can spend this time with you, but then I got to depart.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's just not good for me. And I say this all the time. It's not necessarily that you're a bad person. It's
Mhm.
just I gotta separate myself from you because when we're together, maybe something goes wrong
Yeah.
or whatever. And I cannot allow that, especially for everything that I'm trying to accomplish right
I have a good friend of mine, and I love like friendships and relationships that promote self-care and
now.
healthy boundaries. My homegirl, my dog Maya. Shout out to
Shout
Maya.
out
Shout out
Maya.
Maya.
I should actually bring her up here
Yeah,
one
Bring
day.
she's
her
I
up
love
nice.
on
her. I
here.
love her to death. But it's so funny. We live like a couple minutes from each other. We've been friends for like 15 years. And we'll always give like a little disclaimer before we make a tentative plan. Like, hey, we'll check in the day of. Like, we don't know how we're gonna feel that day, right? But we give ourselves permission, we give each other permission to tap out, like, nah, I'm not feeling it. I wanted to go to dinner last week. Today I don't want to do it. I want to stay home and relax, and that's totally okay.
Mhm.
There's no love lost. It's not like, oh, she's acting funny. You want to be around people who love you like regardless, right? And
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 understand
who
you.
understand you, who
That's what it
seek
is. Yeah.
understanding,
They
right?
gotta
And who are not
understand your
looking for
situation.
drama, right? Not looking for an excuse to like have an issue with you or have a problem.
It's a trip because we do talk about that often, right? It's like there's people that I've cut off in my life, but just because I cut you off, it's not the fact that I have beef with you, that I hate you, that I think you're a bad person. It's just when we're together, it's not
Yeah.
working out.
Yeah.
And you don't have to look at me with some type of animosity of like, oh man, like, yeah, Mo hates me. Like, oh, Mo's doing this to me. It's like, no, I'm not doing that. And people will do that.
Yeah.
They'll come behind your back and be like, oh yeah, no, Mo, he don't mess with me no more. But it's like, no,
You
bro.
could
Like
you
I actually am wishing the absolute best for you. But
Hmm.
I love you, but I gotta love you from afar.
Yeah.
I think myself personally, I'm the most heartless, heartful person. And what I mean by that is I believe in empathy. I love everybody. I do want you to do well. But once you start to do anything that's going to interfere with what I got going on, I will forget about you and don't care where you're
Period.
at, where you fall at, blood or not, don't care
Yep.
whatsoever. And you know whose fault that is? That's my family's fault. You
Hmm.
want to call it whatever you want, and I love them for it. Thank you for creating this guy who just don't care. Because honestly, this is what's gonna help my kids at the end
Mhm.
of the day. Like I don't care how other people feel about things. I gotta get to the goal.
Mhm.
And I believe my goals are pure.
Mhm.
So at the end of the day, the only people I can't get along with is stupid people. I can't get along with stupid people, and I can't get along with people who are not willing to grow. I'll meet you wherever you're at. You could be
Mhm.
at a level that I was at 10 years ago. That's completely fine. But when I deal with you, are you a person who's willing to get to at least the level I was at 9 years ago, then 8
Right.
years ago. Like make
Mhm.
progress.
And that's boss talk.
And there's a lot of people. I'm gonna tell you like this. I just had a dude, message me some time ago. I won't give away the exact time because he might watch this and see if
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
him,
yeah.
right? And I'm like, damn, my nigga, like, you ain't changed in 20 years. You
That's
are the
scary.
same
Isn't that
No,
person
that's scary.
from 20 years ago, still
Mm-mm.
doing the same stupid thought process,
Yeah.
haven't realized it, haven't recognized your flaws. I know my flaws from 20 years ago. I'm not
Mhm.
that same person. You cannot, if you knew me 20 years ago and you haven't seen me in 20 years, if you meet me today, I'm a different person.
Right. And you
Exactly.
should be.
Yes.
Right?
Because evolution of a human being that's natural. We should
Mhm.
be.
We
We
sh-
shouldn't be stagnant in a hamster wheel, doing the same shit over and over again. Especially when we're living and learning, especially when, in your 20s, whatever, you're young and dumb, you're having
Hmm.
fun and you should be evolving. I don't want to. I mean, to each his own. I don't judge, but I definitely take account and I'm observing like, okay, that's what this person's
I
doing this whole time.
I
Hey,
completely agree with that. It's like the worst thing is when I've had in the past people come up to me and be like, "Oh, Mo, he's changed." Damn right I did. I'm doing
right,
better for myself. Why would I
right.
want to say in the same exact place I was 10 years ago,
And if you're
5 years
not
ago?
happy for me, I see what's going
Yeah,
on.
like I
Like
see where
that's
your
a red
headspace is
flag.
at.
Yeah.
It's cool. Like you're jealous, and there's a lot of jealous people in this world. I'll tell you this, right? Like I've been in the film industry for probably about 10 years now, right? I'm not with Paramount or anything like that, but I'm still in the
Warner
film.
Brothers. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Genius Insane
Yeah.
and Frontline Films, baby, and Boss Talk. But it's like I've been in this industry, right? And when I started, I had a lot of people that were like, "Oh yeah, okay, okay." Because I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
be a director, writer, producer one day. Like, I'm gonna do it." And they're just like, "Oh, okay, cool." And then fast forward to where I'm at now, I got myself into the room with
Mm-hmm.
with your favorite celebrity. First of all, you guys are posting them. I'm in the
Right.
room with them, interviewing them. I'm right
And
here,
I'm getting paid for
and
it.
I'm getting paid for it.
Now it's
And
time to show and tell.
exactly, you feel
Right?
me? But it's
Yeah.
like it's funny because those same people come up to me to this day. They're like, "Hey, man, I always believed in you."
No,
Did
you
you?
didn't.
No, you
Yeah.
didn't.
I had a I don't remember who this was because I forgot about her. Irrelevant, but I just remember the story. I had somebody tell me, I remember when you were rapping in elementary school, and I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm like, I didn't start rapping in high school. I don't know what you're
If you
talking
say
about.
so.
Yeah, and I was just telling on another episode that we had, I was telling somebody I love watching people lie. It's the best
Mm-hmm.
entertainment ever. And I won't call you out on it. I'm gonna sit there and let you tell the whole lie. And I'm like, look at the work you gotta put in to
Yeah,
lie
for
right here.
sure.
And that's when it becomes funny. But I have a question for you. From your perspective, as far as entertainment goes, how are you entertaining yourself these days as far as music, film? What type of music
Ooh.
in today? Not what you grew up on today, because I'm gonna segue into something else.
Yeah.
What are you listening to today?
So, hmm, that's interesting. I fluctuate between a lot of different genres.
Hmm.
Me personally, I still listen to 90s music. I'm not gonna lie. It's nostalgic, it's
Mhm.
quality. Even like the gangster music,
Yep.
they're talking about the same shit everybody else is talking about now. It was a different sound. It was more fun. So yeah, 90s R&B, 90s hip hop for sure. But like newer artists, I listen to Future, I listen to Kendrick.
Hmm.
I love, oh my God, I gotta talk about that Clips album that they came out with last year.
Okay.
I love Clips, and they performed so well when I saw them live at a show last August. So I like some of the like legacy artists who are coming back out with new stuff like that. That's dope to me. But I also listen to salsa. I listen to classical music. So I love music. I think I was telling you guys when we were filming last time. I was like, it's weird for me to film or to cook in a quiet room because I usually I have my music blasting,
Mhm.
So um, definitely like cooking, listening to music is how I entertain myself. I love going to the beach. I love traveling,
Yeah.
spending time with family, and just spending time with myself. Really,
Right?
just doing
Isn't that
whatever
the way
comes
to
to
go?
mind.
Like, I love spending time with myself.
Yeah,
I'm very at peace with myself. And
for
for
sure.
you guys that aren't at peace with yourself, I recommend like find a hobby. Do some cooking,
Mm-hmm.
like take yourself to a movie, take yourself to dinner. There is nothing wrong with that. You
Eh,
will actually
But
love it.
what do they listen to in
Oh
this
yeah.
day and age when they're
About
trying? You see what
I'm
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 saying?
I'm
That's
gonna
where this
look,
conversation was going.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, you want to stay on
Yeah.
the topic of music?
No, no, no.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
well, we're here now. But
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
just saying, Because I agree with both of you guys, and I do the same thing. Like I'm all over the place with genres of, and
Hmm.
I wrote up today. He seen I was listening to Compton's Most Wanted when I pulled in because I'm like I can't. What else I'm gonna listen to? Is nothing fire. I feel like coming out right
Oh, that's
now,
out now. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
and
Same.
Very, very little, very
it
few.
the creativity is just very minimum with people who are
I
coming
mean,
out
the whole
to.
sound of music has changed. I try not to judge because I'm like, this younger generation, you start sounding like the old like auntie or uncle or whatever. Like, when we were growing up, people were like, oh, you're listening to that stuff. Our music
Yeah.
was the best. So I try not to judge. I try to like at least get into like, okay, I can see where that's
You
appealing.
want to hear something crazy?
Like I like NBA Young Boy. Like I like some of the
You
stuff
know
that's
what? You know
out.
what's funny? Like that type of music, I actually will not bump it in my car. I will only bump it
Mhm.
at the gym because they got some good bass
The
or
beats
something.
are
Yeah,
dope.
the beats are
Yeah, for
dope. But then
sure.
I'm listening to lyrics. I'm like,
No, no,
oh
we can't say
man.
nothing about the lyrics because the content's always been messed up,
Yeah,
even during
no,
our
Yeah,
time,
it
it's
right?
has
been
even
toxic
during the
forever.
90s. Yeah, I get
But
it,
what
but
here's what's crazy. So I take my kids, and this generation is just crazy. And I'm talking about my oldest kids because I got a million of them. So my oldest kids, like we get in the car and we're driving like a long distance, and I'm telling them, I'm like, listen, we're gonna listen to a full album, track one to the
to
end.
the end.
We're not skipping so that you understand what artists used to do and the
Man.
creativity, right?
Wow.
So
Yeah.
so I'm showing them old albums and they're impressed.
Mhm.
They're sitting
Right.
there like, wow, like
And
there weren't lying, it's a real story being told. I'm like,
this
yes.
is their first time listening to this
I'm
as
gonna tell
well.
you what albums. I showed them Word of Mouth by Ludacris.
Mm, yeah.
Loved it. I showed them Godson by Nas.
Oh my
I was
god.
about to mention Nas
I
real
love
quick.
Nas.
Yeah.
He's one of
They
my
s
favorite.
Yeah.
Top
Yeah,
5 for
Mhm.
sure.
exactly,
For
for
sure.
sure, and, like, the whole point is what my daughter said to me was like and this is out of her mouth, she was like, "It's crazy, like, this music sounds like, in her own words, like, way more intentional, like, there was an
Yes.
Mhm.
effort put behind it." So, even if the music was still talking about pussy and hoes
Some
and
gang
drugs and
banging.
everything,
Yeah, there
it
was
was
a
still
story to
Yeah.
it.
there was a level of expectation
Yeah.
of, like, the instrumentation and the production behind it.
Everything involved in it, bro. From track one, let's say you have 15 tracks, from track one to 15, even the titles were named for a certain purpose because that's the
Mhm.
way it tells a story.
Yeah, the
Now I
layout of
feel
the
like
album.
they don't even do that anymore, where you can listen to track five and you can think it's track one.
Yeah.
But you know what? What has been said about music, like when we talk about like the current things that are out, and this has been said like, throughout generations. The young people are putting out, they're reflecting back to us what is going on in society right now. So when we hear chaos, when we hear, distractibility, when we
Mhm.
hear like, younger people maybe being lost in this crazy ass world that we're living in right now, that's what's going to show up in the music.
Yeah.
And also they're a product of our generation
Mhm.
that put forth maybe not the best example.
Right.
So we have to be accountable too. And I don't judge. I say, hey, it's a form of creative expression and people are eating off of it. It's just different. It's
I
totally
I
different. And
I
streaming
brought
versus
let me
an
say my
album
Yeah,
bad.
go
is
ahead.
different too.
I brought this topic up to tell anybody who watches this, I agree with you, that more than it being their fault, I'm looking to the people who were like the gatekeepers or the legends. Why are you focused on the ones who don't have the talent? Forget these
Hmm.
numbers for a second and
Mm,
let's find the talented artists. If you're in the film industry, let's find the talented directors and talented writers, even if they have no following, and,
mhm.
and put them to the front of the spotlight so that we can get creativity
That,
back where it needs to be.
that's a great purpose. Like there's two people I actually want to shout out. There's nothing affiliated with them in this podcast or anything, but I listen to them and I think they're amazing. The Yodis, amazing. Two brothers, Mexican artists.
Mhm.
They put out real hip hop. Yellow Hill, another great person. And it's sad to see like these people, like them, they are so amazing at what they're doing, but they're not even blowing up like these other people that are not
Mm,
even near their level,
yeah.
and
It's
they
the
should be.
it's the people who have the control, not spotlighting them. And that's what I'm getting at is like at least before, regardless of the message, if you see somebody who has talent or whatever, you put this to the forefront. And I feel like our culture in general, whether that be the film culture, hip hop culture, music, whatever, is being like destroyed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right now, I know we got to wrap it up soon.
Right.
Somebody's dropping an album. Somebody on May 15th dropping an album, right?
Javon, no.
Right. And I hear a lot of conversations.
Oh,
I
it's
am dropping a book,
it's
but
the
I'm
same
not
one.
dropping an album on May 15th.
Yeah.
We're talking about Drake for anybody who
Drake is dropping an album May 15th.
Yes.
That's interesting.
So
I didn't know that.
But if you haven't seen the conversation that's going around, is people are trying to say that, like, oh yeah, it's because Drake hasn't been dropping nothing. That's why the music is messed up. The reason I circled us all into this, I'm like, are you guys on cocaine and crack? Because the reason that the music has not been good has nothing to do with Drake. It has to do with the fact that the good artists are not getting highlighted. We're not going to depend on one person to give us whatever vibes or energy that we need. And I've been doing the same thing as you. I'm listening to reggaeton, salsa,
Yes.
everything,
classic,
bro.
jazz,
Bad Bunny.
Some
anything.
Bad Bunny, some oldies, some
Anything.
Brandon Woods,
for
some Smokey
sure.
Robinson, all of it.
Yeah, there's no rhyme or reason to my music in my phone. Like it's a little bit of everything.
If I put my phone on shuffle right now, I would be
Yeah.
interested
You'd be in
what
40
Bob-
different countries all at
it
once.
would
Right,
be
right, for
insane.
sure.
Oh yeah, it was. Hey, but we were enjoying it right here because I was with this guy for like 3 hours yesterday. We were setting up for all of this, and he had his phone on just shuffle, and I
Nice.
was like, "Oh, bro, this is a vibe." He was
It's
like,
full of
"Yeah,
surprises.
He was playing some K-pop.
Yeah.
yeah." There is something I do want to ask you now before we move on to the last subject of the day. Is you're in the mental health field?
Mhm.
Is there something that you felt you went through, or what is the reason that you chose that field that you're in now?
There's a couple life events. But first and foremost, whenever I think about being in this field, I think of my mom because she raised me to always give back and to be of service. She's a retired now, but she's a registered nurse. So I just witnessed her just doing so much for other people and just being in a service based industry, in a helping profession. So that definitely inspired me. Obviously before I even realized that that's what it was. But also the adversity that I experienced was not having a father at home, and I won't get into that because that's a whole other can of worms. But that's definitely like the biggest thing that had an impact on me. That makes my experience and what I bring to the table as a clinician very real because I'm able to relate to my clients because a lot of them have experienced like similar either similar experiences or just that same theme of like abandonment or an absent parent or a parent who struggles with mental health issues, right? So that's definitely like that impacted me greatly. And then also just having a lot of just the men in my life be impacted by the criminal system. A lot of people I know, killed, incarcerated, just in and out, probation, parole, whatever the case may be. So I gravitated not only toward mental health, but also to, working with what we call forensic population of mental health. So I've done a lot of work in like the jails, the court system, prisons, things like that. But I hold that very near and dear to my heart. And for me, it's a calling, it's not a job, we don't get paid a ton of money, right? Which is why I have both the private practice and, my day job. But when it comes from the heart, it's very effective, and people, they thank me and getting to witness somebody change, their transformation and me being a part of that and offering that guidance to get them there is it's golden. I love what I do. I love what I do. I technically kind of do it for free. When everybody
Yeah.
knows you're like the therapist of, the friend group or the family, it's like people always
Everybody
come to you with
calling.
their stuff. Yeah. So but I love it because I love being able to help people. People oftentimes need that ear, and they might be struggling with something. So it's really meaningful to me. And I feel like you can't really be a great clinician. My personal opinion, you can't be a great clinician if you haven't like struggled with some sense of adversity yourself. Like this is not stuff that you can just only read in a book and be
Right.
effective, right? It doesn't work like that. You got to be able to connect with people from a genuine, heartfelt level, and they feel that they can sense it, so yeah, those are definitely like the major things that I can think of that put me in this industry and got me interested in this field.
That's a beautiful thing. Let me tell
Thank
you.
you.
Like we need more good people in
Thank
this
you.
world to do that. And unfortunately, right now in this world that we live in, we have people full of gatekeeping, full of hating on people for doing good. And it's like, man,
Mhm.
why can't we just all help
But from a clinical perspective,
each other?
if somebody's being a hater, I always look at that with empathy. I always look at somebody who is, if everything that comes out of their mouth is negative, they can't be a happy individual,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
So I have empathy, sympathy for people. And what I also don't do is I don't try to like dump on people like, hey, you need to be in therapy. in my opinion, everybody should go to therapy at some point in their life. I think it's great. It's great for our own personal growth. But if I see somebody who is struggling with their own happiness and their own confidence, I try to practice compassion. So I want to encourage everybody to think, through that lens, right? That if somebody's being a hater, just put your boundary up, because you've read your books,
Yep.
have your healthy boundary, maybe stay away from them, but not to fight fire with fire,
Exactly.
right? Give somebody compassion and love. Like if somebody's acting out of character, I'll pull them to the side. Hey, are you okay for real?
Mhm.
Like, because this is not like you. That's how I would approach a situation, and you feel good about it walking away. You have a clear conscience. And sometimes when you ask people that question, like, no, how are you? You'll see them break down, or you see that little glimpse of like, I'm fucked up,
Yeah, because nobody
I'm
has
going
asked
through
them that,
something.
you know?
Right.
Everybody got a wall up.
Yeah, they do.
It's two things off of that, what you said, which one would be people usually lead with hate or they have this trauma that they want to have conversations about negative things or talking about somebody else because that's the way that they find the connection to somebody else.
Hmm.
They don't understand that you can have a positive connection with somebody else. I know this because shout out to my aunt and uncle, Teresa and Fred. These are just two beautiful people in my life. And I started to realize that even if you got a lot of negative stuff happening in your life, it kind of gets crazy when you realize that every time you get around specific people, you're sharing negative experiences. And it's like, wait, I think I'm tiring them out. Maybe
Yeah.
they want to see me and hear something positive that
Mhm.
happened. Even if it's not, I didn't do nothing negative, but it's like, damn, I can't be just always bringing bad news.
You know what happens when people are when they've suffered emotionally for a long time, they're like in emotional survival mode. So they're not able to see past their own shit. Like
Yeah,
they are constantly like me, me, and that's that victim mentality. That's that, lack of being able to look yourself in the mirror as you said and saying like I think I got some work to do, right?
hmm,
Or I think, I need to be accountable for some of the ways that I participated in some of these things playing out in my life, right? We can't control the hand that we're dealt, but when we realize that something is off with us or we're not happy, that we need to seek wise counsel, seek professional help, start doing some self-discovery by reading, by talking to people who are supportive of you and try to change your perspective a little bit. But that's our work that we have to do. So, if you notice that somebody's in that space, you got to remember too, again, thinking through the lens of compassion that that person isn't capable. They're
right,
they're so stuck in their victimhood that they can't even think about what might this experience be like for somebody else. Maybe somebody doesn't want to hear my shit all the time,
right.
right?
Right.
Because they're like me, I've been done wrong, and so knowing that about somebody, you know how you got to deal with them,
Yeah. It's like a
and wish for them, wish well for them, pray for them that they get the help that they need. But it's not our job to fix it. Well,
right.
unless they're paying me, I help them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
So reach out to Nat
personally,
if you need some help. Reach
I'm
out to
not
her.
accepting clients right now.
Oh,
I'm
she's
actually
busy. She's
good.
booked and
We
busy.
But
That's
already got
good.
her.
if you guys read these books, I'm telling you
Mm,
right now, you will get a jump start on how to take better care of yourself emotionally and how to show up in your relationships differently. These are very powerful books. And I also recommend, like, if you're a parent, if you have like a teenager, a young adult who you see is like struggling a little bit with how to kind of like be in healthy relationships and love themselves, these books are like the holy grail. I'm like, somebody should have given these to me when I was
I'm gonna
younger,
check
mhm.
those out for sure.
These
Yeah.
are great. These are great resources.
Yeah.
So
Let's get the
this is lens
covers.
here.
Yeah. You can even say the title, Nat. Go ahead. What's the title
Okay,
of the book?
so this is the main text, Codependent No More: How to Stop Controlling Others and Start Caring for Yourself, and it's by Melody Beatty. This is the one right here, but I would definitely recommend getting this one in addition. The Language of Letting Go: Daily Meditations on Codependency by Melody Beatty as well. So these are great resources for people if you want to start on your journey of self-discovery. Highly recommend.
Love that. Go ahead and check that out, guys. We do have one last topic of the day. It's more of an ending, but who do you want to give your flowers to, Javon? You want to go ahead and say this last segment that we do?
Sure. I will say this segment also just with some advice that nobody has to say anything about because I think it's important. Everything we talked about is people make other people happy. That is another way to connect and feel included. Stop trying to be the person, connecting through negativity and be the person who connects through positivity. Be the
Mhm.
person who, like, man, I know they're coming. They got some good news to share with me about somebody else or anything like that. Now that I got that out the way, we like to end this episode, every episode
Mhm.
off with giving somebody their boss flowers. This don't got to be somebody you know personally, but if it is somebody you know personally, who would you like to give your flowers to?
Okay, well, I wouldn't be here with you guys today if it weren't for my good and dear friend, Big
Shout
Boy.
out, big
Hey.
boy. Yeah. Shout out,
Hey,
big man.
Big. I've been friends with Big for some decades at this point, and he's a great human being. I not only is he a great friend to me,
Mhm.
he's always been very supportive. Also, the Real Pretty Plate was something that he encouraged me to do. You know, I was posting food on my personal page, and he was like, "Nat, your food looks really good." You know, like he encouraged me. He was like, "Do it. I got you. I'll support you." And he introduced me to you guys. And so I'm
Right.
just like super grateful for that. But that's just like a smidgen of like what he's done within our
Mhm.
friendship. He's what I also love about him too is he's always had this amazing like business acumen.
Mhm.
He's a self-made man. Like I'm always like, how did you have this wisdom and like how to advocate for yourself and like sit at the table with people and negotiate contracts and deals? Cause he's like my mentor. I go to him for everything like, big, do you
Mhm.
know what should I do? And he always has like a good, solid ear and some sound advice to give me. And again, like I understand why you guys do this portion because it's so important to give people who, we admire and we appreciate their flowers. And I definitely want to give it to him. That's my dog.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's important to give people their flowers while they're still alive. I feel like a lot of people they
Yeah.
give flowers after the fact of some,
For
like they're
sure.
gone. And we gotta stop that. We gotta start giving people their flowers while they're around.
Yeah.
And honestly, man, like big, like, bro, shout out to you, man. Like you like for me, like I became a part of Big Boy's neighborhood, right? I was working at
Mhm.
iHeartRadio. And man, I'm walking down the halls and this guy would just take the time to talk to me. Just
Yeah.
walking down the halls. And that's who he is as a person. He's
Mhm.
just so genuine. I've been around him where he's walking everywhere and he will not take a photo with you.
Oh yeah, that's his thing.
If you ask Big Boy to take a photo with you, he will take it because he sees it. Like he grew up a certain way. He has his own
Mhm.
story. I don't gotta say nothing about that. But
Yeah.
the fact that of how humble he is as a person
Right.
and how he takes the opportunity to take a photo and talk to you, talk to
Mhm.
me, because he's had talks with me, and I'm just like, man, big, like I looked up to you, like going to school, listening to the phone taps and everything, and
Oh
then
yeah.
I'm part of your team now, man. Like it's such a sweet moment for me. So man,
Yeah.
shout out Big Boy, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
for those of us like from LA, like we've seen his growth over the years. It's
mhm,
astounding. He has his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. He's
right?
like, he's all over the place. And I actually met him when he was answering phones for the Baker Boys. Like that's how far we go back. So just to
Man.
see his growth
Hmm.
in his professional and personal life is really amazing. So I'm super proud of him.
Yeah,
Love him to death, and it's I'm grateful for his friendship.
Yes, that's
for
an
sure.
excellent one. I have met him one time, but I feel like I known him my whole life too because I
Hmm.
was listening to him on the radio. But
Mhm.
I tell you one thing before we close this off is that me and Moses been knowing each other for going on like what, like 15,
Yeah.
16 years now.
Mhm.
And there was a point when he got ready to start working at iHeart. He wasn't talking to nobody else. He called me. He's like, "Hey, bro, I got a job over here." He's like, "I'm gonna connect with Big Boy," and I'm like, "Hey, I believe in you, bro." And then the
Hmm.
next thing was he connected with him. And the thing that's dope about it is that everything he's told me about Big Boy in private has been genuine. And I'm like,
Hmm.
wow, how amazing is it to finally have somebody in the industry
Right.
who's a
Yeah.
genuine, because I didn't want him to come back and be like, bro, he's just terrible,
No, he's
Yeah.
not one of
He's
those.
Yeah.
not one of
No, not at
those.
all.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful that you guys both got to
Mhm.
connect with him how you did. And I'm grateful
Yeah.
for meeting him myself.
For
So
Yeah,
sure.
man.
excellent.
He's
Yeah.
definitely not anybody that has disappointed me in any type of aspect. They say don't meet your heroes because they'll disappoint. Big
Right.
Boy does not disappoint.
And he's not a bullshitter too. Like that's what I really love about him.
Hmm.
Like if he's not able to do something, he's gonna tell you. He's not
Yeah.
somebody who's gonna
Yeah.
bullshit you. He's gonna be like,
Yes.
nah, I'm not I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
But he genuinely like he appreciates like, the love and like all the support that he gets out here in LA. And like he's still
Mhm.
so humble about it. And everybody loves him. Like he can't
Mhm.
walk around anywhere without people stopping him, and he's
Yeah.
he's just always just so warm and friendly and like who you hear on the radio is who he really is.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
He's that guy. So
Legit.
yeah, he's
Funny as
dope.
hell. He'll make you laugh.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Man, shout out Big again. Nat, thank you again for coming on the
My
pod. We
pleasure.
really appreciate you coming through. You're free to come on anytime you want,
Thank
and any
you.
opportunity that we could give you, we're gonna give it to you.
I
You
appreciate
feel me?
that.
Let the people know one more time where they can find you at.
So I'm on Instagram at The Real Pretty Plate. I also have a YouTube channel. So thank you guys for supporting. Check out my food. I do pretty easy comfort food recipes that are easy to follow along, and I play good music in the background.
Hey,
That's right. And you will not be disappointed. The food is
Thank
fire. I need those
you.
wings
super
again.
fire.
Thank
Yeah.
you,
Those
thank
wings
you.
that
Oh, I know.
that
The lemon pepper wings.
Yeah,
oh,
lemon pepper
bomb.
steppers. Let's
Yes,
go.
I love to
Yeah.
eat, so you'll catch me on there making some good food.
There it is, ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen. Again, thank you guys again for showing up to another episode of Boss Talk Podcast.
Yes.